Hello students, today I am here with one video which is based on ICT skills, means information and communication technology skills. I feel that this topic should be covered with some explanation. Previous topics I have given you people PPTs, but I feel along with the PPT I should explain something, so I am here with this video. This video is common for AI and FMM students as I have written over there, so every student should learn it, watch it and see it very carefully. Let us start by the introduction of this ICT. So ICT, it stands for Information and Communication Technology. It includes a diverse set of technological tools and resources used to communicate, create, disseminate, store and manage information. ICT includes computers, the internet, broadcasting technologies, radio and television, of course, and telephony, information and communication. That's why these all things are included in this. In digital technology, translation of information is into binary format, that is 0 and 1, binary digit we can say, where each bit is a representative of two distinct amplitudes, whereas in analog technology information is translated into electric pulses of varying amplitude. UNESCO defines informatics as the science dealing with the design, realization, evaluation, use and maintenance of information processing systems, including hardware, software, organizational and human aspects, and the industrial, commercial, governmental and political implications of these. People use technology every day, at home and at workplace. ICT tools enable anytime, anywhere access to information and resources. The various ICT tools that are used include computers we use at work, smartphones through which we can talk, internet for getting information, communicating with others through emails and social networks, watching movies and TV shows, etc. So many things. We can use this ICT tool for making our life better. For example, to find out a job, you may have to search the internet for job openings, create a resume on a computer, use email to send the resume, send messages through your phone to communicate, appear for telephonic interview and get your offer later through email. So every part of our life nowadays ICT is playing a vital role. Knowingly, unknowingly we are using these ICTs. Let us move ahead. ICT skills helps us to communicate, run our business and stay connected with our family and friends. Hence, every person needs to acquire ICT skills and build them to stay updated with the latest software and application, that is apps. Let us move ahead with session number 1, introduction to ICT. Information can be recorded or stored in many ways. It can be handwritten on paper, typed using a typewriter or a computer and so on. When information is stored and recorded on electronic devices, it takes on a digital form. That is called as a digital information. ICT devices are tablets, smartphones and laptops. As I show you in figure, as a student you should be able to identify and understand the functions of the main components of a typical information and communication system, as well as the functions of various computer peripherals. It will help you effectively utilize the knowledge and skills of ICT. Let's see some basic skills. The basic skills, ICT skills that you need are knowing how to operate the computers and knowing how to browse the internet for collecting, storing and disseminating information. Very less requirements are there for ICT. You should know the computer use. ICT at workplace, where this ICT is used. At our workplaces, how we can utilize it. ICT has become part of our workplace. in all sectors of economy, right from carrying out money transactions through the online banking system to development of textbooks or research papers in educational institutions. At workplace, we use different computer software and applications to complete tasks like making documents, calculations, tables, graphs, etc. We can also use the applications to do everyday work like buying things, booking train or bus ticket, even aeroplane ticket, internet banking and making online payments. Modern ICT employs a variety of media forms which includes text, graphics, animation, audio and video, etc. It also involves creating, curating, managing images and documents, gathering and processing data and presenting them, working with audio and video tools to create media, rich communications, etc. Therefore, employees are expected to possess a sound knowledge. So, employees are expected to possess a sound knowledge of all these to work independently on various software and computers. Nowadays, in each and every field, these computer technologies must used. ICT skills are required each and every person. Then and then only you people can survive. And it is a very basic need nowadays. ICT at home. Let us see at home how we can use this communication, computer skills, technological skills. These days, most of the people uses television for entertainment and phones for calling up other people. New devices such as smartphones with an internet connection are now being used to stay connected with family and friends on a regular basis through social media networks such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, Telegram. We use computers and mobile phones for talking to each other, sending and receiving information, watching videos and news, listening to music, and playing games. You can visit the following sites and know about the ICT activities which are being carried out in various sectors. I have gathered some information about different sites, websites. Through that you can get connected with some things. Let's go ahead. ICT in different sectors. So here I have collected some website names sector wise. Please just observe here very carefully. First sector is their agriculture sector. ICT used for various activities related to research, development and training in agriculture and allied fields. So website is also mentioned here. You can try it at home. Then retail sector, training programs in the retail sector. The website is there. Beauty and wellness, for training program in beauty and wellness sector. Like that, banking and finance, then apparel, then logistics, then healthcare. Like this way, these websites can be used to get the knowledge about those particular sectors. Session number 2, ICT tools. In that mostly we are using smartphones and tablets. That part I am going to include here. So this is the first part of this ICT tool. Smartphones and tablets are becoming more and more important as most people carry them around and use them in daily activities like sending emails and messages, sharing pictures, etc. Without these, most people cannot work with others. The spreading of an idea or of news occurring somewhere in the world is now possible through social sites on the internet. As long as one person is able to connect to the internet and express their views about a situation or simply about an idea, then the information that individual will want to share will get out into the world. Smartphones are now being used to stay connected with social media and exchange the information. Even right now, we people are also using, means teachers. Many teachers are using smartphones, tablets, laptops, internet and this ICT skills. We are using this technology to get connected with you all students because of due to this corona effect, outside we can't go, everything is locked down, schools are locked down, classes are locked down. So our school students, we are teaching with the help of this technology only, and this is nothing but the ICT tool. Okay, let us move ahead. Let's start with smartphone. Now this small kid to the very old age person, everyone is knowing about this smartphone. There is no person such that who is not knowing about the smartphone. Mobile phones are ICT tools for talking to people, but smartphones are more advanced. See, what is the difference? Mobile phones we use previously only for the just only calling, messaging, but right now we have smartphones like a small computer in our hand. Okay, with a simple mobile phone you can only make phone calls and receive calls. With the smartphone, see the figure in that picture, you can easily see that you can make calls and do things that you normally do using a computer, such as browsing the web, sending emails, making video calls, like I am doing now videos with the help of some apps. I am creating this video, so like that way. Then playing games, listening to music, watching movies, and much more things. Smartphones are also called mobile phones as you can use them anywhere. So it is having mobility, so it is mobile. At home, in office, or on the road. They do not need a telephone line. They use wireless mobile network to make calls and to connect to the internet. Some of the popular operating systems for smartphones are Android operating system, Apple iOS, Apple iPhone operating system, and Windows Mobile. Let's move ahead for the tablets now. We have seen just smartphone. Now about the tablet we will gather the information. So in that tablet, for some activities such as reading a book for a long time, the screen of a mobile may be too small. For such activities we can use a tablet. In figure you can see a tablet is a mini computer with input, output, and processing functions that are all combined into one touch screen, where you can do various tasks just by touching its screen. It is bigger than a smartphone, and you can perform all the functions that one can perform on a computer or any smartphone. So next part is there, that is also very important, TV and radio. So the pictures are there in front of you. TV and radio are being used as ICT tools since a long time. Radio is used to broadcast audio, while TV is used to broadcast audio visual information to many people. Radio and TV are used for both entertainment and to learn new things. You can hear news, new songs also, stories, speeches, cricket commentary, etc. on radio, while TV is used for watching movies, news, weather forecast, songs, cartoons, educational lectures. And nowadays this smart TVs are there, like a mobile. We are using these smart TVs. Okay. Next is their applications or apps. Apps are software programs, means a set of instructions or a set of modules or procedures that allow for a certain type of computer operation that performs different functions. Some of the apps are already present on the phone or tablet. These are called as default apps. Those are already available. These are called as default apps. Besides, there are hundreds of other apps that can be purchased and downloaded free of cost from the online store. There are many apps are there which can be paid also and which are free. Most are the free. There are several online stores including Google Play Store for Android mobiles and Apple App Store for Apple. So both photographs I have shown here. So you can download those apps from that particular store, Play Store. Commonly found applications in a mobile or tab. Some of the default apps installed on smartphones and simple mobile phones. Phone, that green color button icon, we can say. This app is used to make calls. It also stores the name and phone numbers of people you know. Camera connects to the camera in the phone, takes photos and videos. Then calendar, it shows the calendar and you can also enter appointments, set the reminders, etc. Mail, an email app to send and receive emails using your email account in Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, whatever services. Now some are here because of the space, it was not sit over there on one slide. Photos, it can store your photographs, videos and arrange them in albums. Clock, it shows the time, setting alarms. Then maps, with the help of GPS global positioning system, you can have the map routes if you are traveling from one place to another place by vehicle. So there is no need to nowadays ask to somebody to which is the route for reaching our destination. You can just set the destination and source, you will get the route automatically. Messages, for sending or receiving messages, SMS. Web browser, to see the websites. Then music, to play, listen music. Google Play Store is there to download more apps. Apple Store for iOS and Google Play Store for Android's phones. So difference between smartphone and tablet. Let us see in a glance how the smartphone is different than tablet. Some criteria I have set here. Main uses. The smartphone is as a phone but with some additional features such as camera. The majority of smartphones run on Apple iOS or Google Android, but other use Windows Phone or BlackBerry operating system also. Tablet is as a wireless portable personal computer with touchscreen interface, which makes it more useful than a notebook computer. Some tablets use Android OS, other use Apple iOS or Windows operating system. Then second criteria is their screen size. Screen size is smaller of smartphone as compared to tablet. Tablet is having bigger screen. Photos and videos. Watching a movie or making changes to a picture is difficult in smartphone as per its size matters. And in tablets we can watch the videos. Making changes to the photograph is better and easier due to bigger screen size. Battery life of the smartphone, you need to charge phones more often. Usually have a longer battery life for tablet. Tablet is much better than smartphone in battery life. Then storage of smartphone comes with different storage capacities, but phones with high storage are costly, definitely. Tablets are usually have higher storage capacity, that is they can store more pictures, videos and apps, and nowadays the memory is increasing, capacity is increasing too much. Let's move ahead for the next session, session number 3, that is second part of the smartphone and tablets. So this basic controls of a mobile I want to explain in this. To operate your smartphone you need to know about the basic controls and functions on and their uses. You can see the picture which I have set over there. A mobile screen is there, means a mobile photograph directly. So mobile device layout we can see. Some of the basic controls you can see on the mobile device are as follows. The power button. Power button is at the right hand side now. See, it is used to start or shut down the mobile device. Even option is available there, restart also. Screen, a screen on which we perform functions by touching with our fingers. Touch screen. Back button. Back button is there at the bottom side. You use the back button to go back to the previous screen in an application. Let's move ahead. Microphone, for speaking. Generally we are using at the bottom of the mobile a small hole is there, that is the microphone. Menu button. So menu button is on the screen which is showing us that options which is open, which apps are open, we can just open it, we can switch it and we can off it. Home button, this brings you back to the home screen from wherever you are in your mobile, whether you are in another app or using an app. You can come directly on the home screen which is appeared on you in front of you. Earpiece, it helps you to listen the voice call. Volume button, it helps you to increase or reduce the sound of your mobile. It's very important things. Basic features of a mobile device. Bluetooth, that you know very well. Bluetooth is nowadays used to connect to the other mobile device, even with our sound system, we can say home theater. Bluetooth, this is a short range wireless technology which helps you to connect with other devices that are within 30 feet of where you are. Once connected, you can send messages and songs. Chargeable battery, this is a portable power pack which can be recharged. It allows you to use the device anywhere. Wi-Fi, this is the Wi-Fi technology available in your phone. Through that you can use the internet. Touch screen, that screen is there. With the help of touch, you can open any app, you can run your mobile, you can run any game, anything you can use there with the help of this touch screen. Camera, smartphones and tablets have front and back like these two cameras. Nowadays camera quantity is increasing, so with the help of that you can take pictures and videos. Clock, you can set their alarms or any other things. Cellular network connectivity, it shows you there your SIM card signals, towers, and your signals available or not, and strength of signals can be shown by this way. Global positioning system, GPS location, we can say that we need to on for some apps, even to set map route also it is useful. Home screen of a mobile device. The home screen is a start screen of the mobile device. There are three main parts of the home screen. First is there, the top part of the screen is called as a status bar. Top part, upside it is showing you icons for network signals, battery life, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth connectivity, 3G or 4G status, etc. Topmost bar, that is called as the status bar. Next is there, this is the main part of the screen that consists of icons or shortcuts to the application. This can be placed anywhere you want. There can be several pages depending on the number of apps available in your smartphone or tab. This is the lower part. Last one is the lower part of the screen, that is called as a dock. The downside you can see where that phone apps which are mostly we are using, like phone, message, GPS, music, battery, whatever that things we can show there. We can set some apps over there which we required frequently. Basic gestures used on screen, how we can use that screen, touch screen. So that in figure you can see, let us read it out. Gestures are used to interact with the touch screen of your mobile device. For example, instead of clicking a mouse to open an app, you have to just tap on the screen. Okay, first is there tap. First you can see the photo also, tap. Touch the screen with your finger once to click to open anything, or click. Tap and hold, this is similar to right clicking your mouse. We can get more options on that particular app, like uninstall, copy, moving, like this way. Drag, to tap, hold and move your finger across the screen, that is called as dragging, like our mouse we are doing in computer. Then swipe, to slide finger to the right, left, up or down of the screen, like turning the page. While playing games also we can use it. Double tap, to tap twice quickly. This is to zoom out, increase the size of screen, like this way, how I am doing. Okay, of something, for example, to make the word appear bigger. Pinch, to bring thumb and finger together on the screen to zoom, like this way. See, I am making it on the screen. Reduce the size, zoom in means reduce the size. For example, to make a picture appear smaller or bigger. Pinch in means small, pinch out means bigger. So like this way you can make it out. So here I am going to finish this lecture. My dear students, you watch this lecture very carefully. Try to understand these all things, maintenance, maintain this all the videos very carefully with you. Learn it. This is very crucial time. You people should learn each and every subject. So this ICT skills you try to understand, these are not only useful for our study purpose, not only for exam purpose, these are always will be with you in your throughout your life. So learn it very properly. Take care, and if you have any doubt you can message me. Very soon I will upload the exercises based on these parts. So these videos of the ICT will be in some parts, because this is a very vast chapter, so we need to take it in part wise, so no confusion will be there in few people. Then also, if you have any doubt, confusion, you can WhatsApp me. So till that time, stay home, be happy and stay safe. Bye bye.